Hello and assalamu alaikum and welcome. So can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Kurt Kruger. I'm living in the north of Los Angeles, California, and I've lived in India a couple of years, very close to Pakistan. I was actually hijacked to Bangladesh. That's another story, but I've been an educator all my life, from middle school, which is about 11-year-olds, to through university, through graduate schools, and presenting all over the world in 5 continents. And I love life and love being with everybody to uplift humanity.
Yes, that's so awesome. And I still remember interviewing you. It was so awesome. I mean, we talked about the hijacking and everything. So it's like really fun to see you again and talk to you again.
Good being with you. You're a dynamic little, I can't say little because you're not so little, but you're a dynamic communicator. And you're opening people to more of what they can be. And this is beautiful.
Thank you so much. So
Yeah.
what do you think is the future of education after COVID-19?
I believe we're going to start actually educating after COVID-19. Right now, we have basically, if you look at the research, knowledge increases, doubles every 12 and a half minutes. Even if it's 12 and a half months, it doubles. But we have something we call education, which is basically regurgitating facts to be able to pass the test, to be able to get into your grades, to be able to go to university, and so on and so forth. Education is pulling forth from that person all the wisdom that God put inside.
Yeah.
God allows us to tap into, they call it intuition. It's because it's inside. They call it inspiration. It's inside. They call it intellect. It's inside. All these words in the English language, I'm not sure how it is in different languages and so on, but in English, there's a whole bunch of words that really make us understand that we have so enthusiasm. It comes from within. So, because nothing triggered me to be enthusiastic just now, it's all inside.
Yeah, that's something that's really true. And what do you feel like is
And I've been striving through.
and like what do you think about like the future of business after the coronavirus?
Most people don't know there's something called a B corporation. A B stands basically for beneficial. So it has to benefit not only the company itself, including the employees, instead of treating them like something that they shouldn't be treated. Because if we treat each other with respect and love, according to the golden rule, which is in all the religions, then we are going to be treating others, and that includes the environment. This is where the B corporation is incorporated, is that it brings the environment and everything around it, the community. If the community is not thriving, how can the company thrive? Who's going to buy the products or buy the services if the community is not thriving? So we get to look at how we can thrive as a civilization, a real civilization. That's what the new business is going to be like. It's going to be so much more hardy. We're going to look at you as a person instead of a product, or instead of a person who's just paying me for this or that.
And what about social life? Because I feel like that's going to be really, really impacted.
Oh boy, well, it is impacted right now for sure. And let me communicate one thing. Would you hold your one hand up and face my hand?
Yeah.
Hold your hand up facing my hand. That's it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put it exactly there, but face the screen.
Yeah.
And it's like we're connected now because we're becoming conscious that we are really connected. It's like putting our hands together. When we're on screen like this and we feel the connection, because you feel it even more now, we can put our hand down and be more present with each other. We feel each other more. We may be thousands of miles away, but we feel each other because we're connected energetically. And science, physics proves this. There's something called the morphogenic field theory of Dr. Rupert Sheldrake. He's out of the UK. You can research that. There's all kinds of research happening to prove what I'm saying is totally correct. And we get to be able to live much more connected. So we'll speak from the heart more. We'll be more authentic instead of treating you like a this or that or the other thing. There's not going to be so many others. We're going to be much more one together. And that's where we look at life as a gift, because it is. But the only way it's a gift is when we are present and we
Yes.
get to be present with each other.
Yes, so
Yeah.
that's really true. And I feel like we might actually realize that how much of things that we do are for others, not for ourselves, like, you know, dressing up and maybe getting our haircuts and, you know, all that stuff. So how do you feel that would change, doing stuff for others?
Well, there's the big key, because when we really understand this idea, there's really not another. We're all on one planet. We all live on the same planet. We get the fruit of all the labors of the people and the planet. But if we hurt the planet, if we harm the planet, then we will be harmed. And we've been harmed. This particular problem that everybody's in, I look at it as a blessing. It's blessed us with the time to reflect about how we can create a better society. It's blessed us with the time to be with our family, because we're hibernating together. But we're having great dialogues at dinner time. We're getting to pray together so much more. And our life is really getting to be fuller. Because if we're not connected within ourselves and within our family, what good is the rest of it?
Yes, that's so true. And thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for sharing all this stuff with us.
My pleasure. I thank you for having me. Anytime. Just give a call.